Hey guys, and welcome to another reaction video. Yeah, I didn't want to wait so long until recording again, even though it wasn't that long. I didn't have any internet yesterday, and I was kind of worried because there was the possibility that I wouldn't have internet for the entire week. Luckily, that wasn't the case. So yeah, I spent the entire day yesterday just playing Fallout, which I haven't played in quite a while. So I didn't record. But today I'm recording, and I'm continuing with the Taking Ponies Too Seriously series. With Mod Pie and It Ain't Easy Being Breezy. Mod Pie, yeah, definitely one of the most beloved characters in the entire show. It's probably a very beloved episode as well. I like it. It's far from my favorite. Mod Pie is one of my favorite characters, though. She's pretty great and funny. Yeah, it's just one of the things I value most about this show is humor. Though it's not the funniest show on the planet, I wouldn't say it definitely has some great humor from time to time. Not just from time to time, actually. I would say relatively frequently. Yeah, frequently I cannot talk. So I always love the episodes that are just really comedy-like and just funny throughout, which is why Lesson Zero is some of my very favorite episode of the entire show. So yeah, oh god, yeah, I definitely do like the episode. I definitely do like Maud. I kind of what's the lesson of the episode actually? It's kind of just Maud overshadows pretty much the rest of the episode, kind of, I think. Not necessarily a bad thing. It could be a bad thing. I guess it is a bad thing if she would really overshadow it a lot. I mean, but still, what is the lesson? If you don't like your friend's sister, tell your friend. I don't know. I mean, the lessons were never that important to me, so I'm not complaining. Whatever. Yeah, I guess we'll see what he thinks about it. Yeah, I will say something to it. Ain't easy being breezy later, unless I forget it, which I probably will. 3, 2, 1, click. Starting with some awesome music.
Okay, back to optimism. I really love this episode. You can even say it rocked.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. No rock puns.
No
so
rock,
this
please.
begins with the main six.
Only
Pinky
good ones,
getting up
please.
early to meet at Sugar Cube Corner. Pinky is making tons and tons of rock candy for her sister. There's two things here that I like seeing in the show. One, the rapid slapstick is just as well delivered and funny as ever. Two, I like seeing when these friends are constantly willing to take time out of their day to make small sacrifices to each other. Yeah. So Pinkie Pie details the tradition that she and her sister share. It seems like the writers have figured out that a backstory or exposition dumps are easily made boring, so they spice them up with a new art style or a song, and so far I'm liking it. And then we are introduced to Mod Pie, who sounds like the emotionless love child of Samus and May from Avatar.
Sediment-shaped sediment.
Ironically, she's hilarious. I think it's great how Mod Pie is funny from her mere existence. She's completely emotionless and literal, which is a sharp contrast to Pinky's energy and childishness. Yeah. But like Pinky, they're both completely detached from reality, in their own way. Her humor comes from anti-jokes and the fact that she expresses herself very uniquely.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Also, I like her design. Her main style is appropriately boring and monotone, which I think is clever. So the main six try to make friends with Maud individually, but they just can't seem to connect with her. It was kind of going the a friend indeed route, but I feel this one did it with less opportunity for misunderstanding. Maud seemed to actually have an interest in being with Pinky's friends, so their frequent attempts to be friends with Maud came off as less creepy stalker and more honest, friendly behavior. Yeah. And seeing both parties try so hard to like each other is actually pretty heartwarming. Still, it inevitably did nothing. Everyone had to confess that they just couldn't make friends with Maud, and this is a pretty heavy scene, but I can totally get behind it. I mean, they did try to make friends, but none of them felt comfortable in sharing in Pinky's tradition if they didn't really follow what it symbolized. And they appropriately feel horrible for not being able to bond, which really ties into the message later now that I think about it. Pinky refuses to give up, however, typical Pinky, and sets up an obstacle course for her friends and sister to go through.
Yeah.
Immediately, I knew this wasn't going to work, because
No,
it was
of
a
course
horrible
not.
Frankenstein of things that didn't go together based off characters' motifs and not their genuine interests.
Mm-hmm.
So Pinky gets her leg caught in a rock. Whoa, just had an unpleasant flashback. And we get probably one of the most
Okay.
epic scenes in this show.
Yeah, this was great. What's this music from?
So, still think Earth ponies are pathetic? I love how Maud is one of those sleeping dragon type characters. She is strong enough to bite through a rock and refer to it as crunchy. She can hurl a rock to create a rock nuke. Has above average physique for someone characteristically lethargic, and goes Smile HD on boulders to grind
Yeah.
them into pebbles. I think she just might have jumped onto my top 10 favorite ponies list.
Yeah.
But I have to ask,
She definitely
why
deserves
did
it.
none of her friends do anything? I mean, Rainbow's a fast flyer, and so is Fluttershy when, and I quote, it's an emergency. Applejack, I don't know, is she
But
strong enough to carry
then
Giant Rock
we
out of the way?
wouldn't
Rarely
have
can lift the
this
tiny rocks trapping Pinky with her magic.
scene.
Heck, Twilight could have flown over or teleported and lifted the giant rock before it crushed Pinky. Why does Twilight never teleport? Then again, we wouldn't have that really awesome big sister to the rescue moment.
There is
so what
not
the
a lot
heck? I'll give it a pass.
logic,
So then
magic
Twilight
logic in there,
finally
but
did find something everyone
that's
can
really-
relate to. They all care about Pinkie Pie. I know some out there are going to feel like this is a cop-out, but again, I feel the need to defend this, and fair warning, I'm about to get on my soapbox. There are some who didn't like A Friend Indeed because it had a perfect setup to give the message, you can't be friends with everyone. And to those people, I have to ask, how can you really believe something so pessimistic and bleak? Do you really believe that you can have absolutely no relation to someone? You can't find something of equal interest to talk about? Or heck, you can't bond over shared misery? I'm not saying you have to be buddy-buddy chums with them, but come
No.
on, I think it's possible to just be casual friends with everyone. I also think it's interesting that the thing that makes them grow a bond is a bond itself. Both Pinky's friends and Maud just want to see Pinky happy. And yeah, that's a believable thing to bond over. I mean, they could share stories about Pinky or, I don't know, something. Yes, they're not best friends, and they understand this. Maud Pie's likely not going to be invited to their next birthday party. But you know, baby steps. Some strong friendships don't happen immediately and require time. And I know some people are going to whine about that scene at the end where it's revealed Maud doesn't eat the friendship necklaces that Pinky made her because she apparently doesn't like candy. Hello? She still keeps them. It's not like
Yeah.
she throws them away when Pinky isn't looking. She still
Yeah.
treasures them and keeps them as
Yeah.
a memento. That's actually pretty touching.
yeah,
Or I'm just taking this way too seriously.
maybe, but still right.
And party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night.
Yeah,
And party every day.
I mean, I guess you had to give him at least the music. Yeah. Don't have much to say. I agree. I see it pretty much exactly like he does, and for once, it's not even really never thought about it. I have not heard a lot of critique about this episode, actually. It was news to me that this actually has been criticized in any way, and yeah, that scene with the boulder that nobody else did something didn't make a whole lot of sense, but they wanted to show off Maud a little bit more, and they had to set up the whole thing. They all care about Pinky somehow. If it isn't too extreme or too often in a single episode, I guess you can, I think you can leave the logic a little bit out of the way for sometimes, in for the sake of a scene, in order for the scene to work. If it's not too big, okay, this was a pretty big oversight, I guess, but I can live with it. So yeah, not much to say. I do agree with him pretty much. So the next one, It Ain't Easy Being Breezy. This one I have heard criticized, at least by some people. I've actually heard some call it the worst episode for them, their least favorite episode. I didn't have much of a problem with it. It's far from one of my favorites. For me, it's average. It's pretty okay. I've heard people not at all liking the design of the Breezies. The main 6 Breezies did look very weird, I must say, but with the regular Breezies I didn't have that much of a problem. I wouldn't say they're as cute as the ponies make them out to be. I have definitely seen cuter things, but sure, whatever. So yeah, I don't have big problems with the episode. It's not... I have actually never thought about it that much because it's not as important to me. I can live with it. But there are probably some things you could nitpick. Well, maybe even bigger things. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll just see what he thinks about it. 3, 2, 1, click.
Okay, I'll do it. Gosh,
Okay, he doesn't like it.
Relentless. So this episode starts out with Fluttershy giving a cheering lesson. Oh, it's just like that moment in Sonic Rainboom, but reversed.
Yeah, fun.
I don't get it. So Ponyville is assisting the Breezies, which are fairy ponies with the most unintelligible Northern European accents imaginable, in getting home. So, wait. The Breezies need help from other races to spread their pollen. How are they not extinct?
Good
Equestria is
question.
not exactly the land of sunshine and rainbows. That came out wrong.
That came
What
out
I'm
wrong.
saying is, the townsfolk of places
It
might
kind of
be willing to
is.
lend a hand, but I don't think the birds or other creatures would be so merciful. Or maybe they're not, and not all of the Breezies make it. Blech, too dark. Think happy thoughts. And another question. Can we, have an animated backstory for this instead
Nope.
of just a Flutter's exposition dump? I mean, if you did River Stomp or Viking Death Metal, I wouldn't mind a musical number explaining it. And then Spike accidentally splits the group. Oh man, Spike, you are the butt monkey to end all butt monkeys. Wait, hang on. A leaf cut them off. Just a mere leaf separated them. Okay, 1.
Yeah.
Surely the flight over, they would have hit other leaves or seeds or birds or bugs or anything else that can be swept up in a breeze. 2. Given the fact that they are swept up so easily, shouldn't they have had some sort of training to counteract it? I mean, if it's such an easy hazard and they do this all the time, you'd think it has happened more than once that they'd figure out how to right themselves in case anything went wrong. You're not going to have ponies helping you the whole time after all.
I guess,
Right?
yeah. Not the most logical episode.
So Fluttershy offers to house the Viking Terabithians until they recover
Skyrim
from the
music?
shell shock. The Scandinavian
Why
fairies
Skyrim
keep
music?
finding excuses to not
I mean, I'm
leave,
not
much to
complaining,
this
but-
guy's chagrin. At first I thought he was being a bit rude, and
At first I thought he was a
but if
girl.
I only had 2 days to get back home, otherwise I'd be stuck in a world for an indeterminate amount of time where everything has the potential to kill me, I'd be a bit testy too.
Yeah, probably.
So Seabreeze gets fed up and ditches the
Especially
group,
if he was
and
kind of a dick.
uh,
Yeah. All the Doctor
okay.
Who fans.
that's double Rainboom levels of horribly unsubtle. Eventually, Fluttershy finds Seabreeze about to get mauled by bees. She tries taking the nice route, but then goes angry mom on their heinies. I really like the double message here, being you should be tactful in your deliveries at first, but if that doesn't work, then you must be firm.
Yeah.
And then Fluttershy gets the rainbow effect, and I don't know, it felt a little misplaced to me. I mean, the previous Rainbow Eyes moments came before the realization that the character's done goofed, and this one kind of comes after. It's not technically bad, I just think it would have looked cooler. I know it's petty. So Fluttershy tells the Swedish dragonflies to GTFO and then breaks down. That was actually kind of heart-wrenching, and for good reason. She loved being with the Breezies, but it's like setting an animal free. I like this scene because it shows that while Fluttershy shows she has to do what needs to be done, it still tears her up inside. I like seeing when characters proceed despite their out-of-control emotions. It appears that Leif Erikson's butterflies still can't get home because... plot convenience, I guess? So, Walking Deus Ex Machina uses a rare spell to... copy a species template onto others.
Yep.
I can see why that sort of thing would be rare. Right potential
Yeah.
for abuse. Wait, all they needed were 6 more Breezies to get the group going?
Yeah.
And these Breezies, which are blown away by the simplest of breezes, suddenly the main 6 are expert flyers in? This doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
And
It's
so they
not
get to the Breezy
most logical
dimension,
episode.
and this is a personal thing here, but it still drives me nuts. Fluttershy was 2 seconds away from being stuck in the Breezy world. I'm sorry, but with that amount of time remaining, I'd have to say, screw the goodbyes, I want to make sure that I get home. I'm pretty sure you can do a decent farewell safely on the other side of the portal. Ugh. Okay, all in all, I liked the episode. In spite of some weirdly numerous logical errors, I thought the lesson was decent, the breezes were interesting, and they talked kind of funny. That wasn't racist, was it? If it was, don't take it too seriously.
I guess the Skyrim theme was just in there because he thought it sounded cool, which it does. It's an awesome theme song. Okay. Yeah. He doesn't like the episode. I do like the episode too, but he might just like it a little more than I do. I'm kind of neutral about it. I can definitely watch it. No problem, without getting too terribly bored or something. But it is also one of the episodes that I might skip should I ever rewatch this season. Not because I dislike it, just because there are other ones that I like more and that I maybe want to watch instead. So, I think it's not bad, not at all. It's pretty good, yeah, it's good. I think I like it more than Stranger Than Fiction, because I actually don't like the episode that much. Yeah, probably like my second or third, probably third least favorite. Not that I really dislike it or anything, but there were some parts in there that definitely bugs me enough to say I don't really like the episode that much. But seeing how it's still that far on the bottom of my list definitely shows how much I like the series and how good I think this show actually is. I wouldn't necessarily say Stranger Than Fanfiction is bad, but I don't know. I don't like it that much anymore. It used to be kind of neutral to me, but the more I heard and thought about it, I don't know. I just don't like it as much. Yeah. So like hard for me to say honestly, but that's at least how I understood him, that he actually likes it a little bit more than I do. He said, "Yeah, this is pretty good." I said, "It's pretty okay." Yeah, it's not the most logical episodes of them all. This is an example of what I said earlier. A few too big oversights in logic to just let him slip. Not so bad that it actually lowers my opinion about the episode much, but I could see why people would like it less, because it's just so weird, such a weird logic behind it, or no logic behind it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, one really good episode, one okay episode, in my opinion. He likes both of them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm just gonna end the video right here. So I hope you guys like this little commentary, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.